right, and this is another let's restart that. All right, and this is another episode of the Express Lane Podcast with
Kev and Stan.
All right.
Just two of us.
Yeah, back from our probably our most popular episode so far, which is crazy. Like, I was going to show you the analytics of stuff, but it's our least downloaded listening audio one, but our most watched YouTube, which I don't post much YouTube videos, so maybe that might have something to do with it.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it was
probably
the first one in well, I guess Monty was the first one in a long time, and then we followed up with the debate here.
Yeah, pretty good conversation. It was cool. And it sucked because, like, I was kind of stuffed up. I'm still kind of stuffed up. Like, it just sounded nasally, which is worse than regular, just my voice.
Yeah, it's one of it's that time of year, fucking allergies on top of it was 50 degrees yesterday and it's like 70 and sunny today. Like, that back and forth always ends up fucking me up.
Yeah, but good conversation, and I think as of right now, they're still poking around. I think their move to Skippick for that proposed homeless situation. So we're good for the place is good for now, but I mean they're like we were just talking about.
So they've moved on from Lower Providence.
Yeah, they're like too much pushback.
So the whole debate was for nothing.
Well, no, the debate.
Or
and
did we affect something in the neighborhood?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying we did that, but the pushback.
Sounds like you want to say that you did that.
Nah. The pushback was just it's a cost benefit. Like, so like they were saying, like, it's a business. They're there to make money off the state for providing a service, and like that's the whole thing that we didn't really get into. Like, Joe Rittenhouse kept bringing us back to reality of like the topic at hand. But like I keep going back to, like, it's so much more. Like, these processes are so entrenched in so many other things that's just a result of big business, like, realizing that they can make like tons of money off of public services that need to be provided. And we need those services, but there's just like no accountability for what ends up really happening. Because on paper you can, we're doing this, we're paying this much, blah blah blah, all this good fluff, and at the end of the day, like, you know what you're gonna have. Like, this company needs somebody in that bed for 60 days, and then after that they need a new person in that bed, because that's how they get paid, and it's all about how they get paid. It's private prisons. Like,
it's not very libertarian of you right there to
well, so you think about private prisons and you're just like, wow, look at what that did to the country. Like, it made it profitable to have criminals.
What do you mean, having judges get, kickbacks for sending juveniles to jail?
Well, that's why it's so funny, because, like, we're in Pennsylvania where that literally happened, and it ruined a bunch of people's lives. Like, a bunch of kids killed themselves, like, for stealing a candy bar, like, when they're 12 or something, and this judge is like, oh, yep, you're going to juvenile. And, that's the government. That's how that works.
That's wild. The first time I, stole anything was a candy bar, and it was totally by accident. I was like 9 or 10, and like the local town grocery store, walked in, and I think candies were like, a candy bar at that point was 50 cents. Whoa. And I had 2 quarters, and I was like, what do I want? Do I want a Snickers or do I want a Twix? And I had one in each hand, and I was like, I'll go with the Twix. And I paid the 50 cents for the Twix, and then walked out. I had the other Snickers in my other hand that whole time. I never put it back, and didn't think about it. And as like I said, 10 years old, I didn't even eat it. I freaked out and threw it in a dumpster behind the back alley of the grocery store and ran home.
I think the worst part of that story is you chose Twix over Snickers.
What do you It's not that
Obviously.
bad. Dude, I got a Snickers out of the vending machine at work the other day. It's 40% the size of what a candy bar used to be for the same price. It was tiny.
Well, that's what they're doing with all the poison they're feeding us, or that we're choosing to eat. They just keep making it smaller and charging us more. It's genius.
I don't know. I bought it, so I guess.
I go look at the machine, and I'm like, No, I will not pay $1 for 5 chips. Fuck you. And then I come back and I'm like, but I would really like some sour cream and onion chips. All right, I'm still not buying it.
Yeah, I'll just pay $2 for the thing of Pop Tarts in there.
Nah, popped it. Gross. No, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and buy a $4 bag, and then I'll have like 8 little bags of chips that I could have bought for $1. Like, and then I don't do either. But I just crush a whole bag at home.
Yeah,
while I'm playing video games.
just probably we should stop eating chips. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that'd be the easy answer to that.
but they're so delicious.
Yeah, it's addictive. They say.
There's something about the salt. Like, if you were to eat chips like unsalted, you wouldn't be able to eat as many.
All right. So what'd you do? Disc golf today?
Yeah, I went disc golf over at Res Park in Phoenixville.
You like that spot, huh? Or is it just close to
It's just the closest one to here. It's nice. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a good course. It's not real long, but I don't have a big arm, so it's good enough for me to get around there. And then I stopped at the 2 record stores in Phoenixville, which I was running late because I played, and then I was gonna go to Forever. I can't remember.
Changes?
Maybe I'll have to look it up because you give the guy credit.
Yeah, I'd like to. Formally, like I'm gonna have to hit him up on IG, see if he's interested. But I'd love to have that guy on. He seems cool.
Forever Changes.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go there because they said online they open at 11. So I was like, all right, perfect. Because we talked about doing the podcast here at noon. So I can play disc golf. I'll go look through some records and then come up here. And I play disc golf and I drive in, find a spot, park, walk around the corner to the spot, and it says doesn't open till 12. And it's like 11:45. So I'm like, do I want to? And then I saw that this like toy store that's down the block sells like disc golf discs. So I was like, oh, I'll go look through them for a little bit. And didn't buy anything of them. And by the time I walked back to Forever Changes, the guy was opening up shop. So I like walked in as he was like flipping the open sign, and he was like, oh, sorry, I'll turn the lights on for you. I was like, I didn't realize the light. Like, I thought it was just dim in here. But yeah, picked up what I got. Frank Zappa, Hot Rats. It's a great album. Picked that up over there, and I was going to go to that place because the record shop is the name of the place right on Bridge Street in Phoenixville. Didn't open till noon. But I was like, well, if I just waited till noon for this one, I might as well mosey on over there at this point. So then I went over there and looked through some stuff, and I picked up 2 records over there too.
Nice. What were those?
Dropkick Murphys, but the meanest of times. And then Culture Wall. I think that just might be a self-titled album.
Was that country or something? Or?
Yeah, it was like kind of country, kind of like bluegrassy. I mean, he's like the new generation's Johnny Cash.
Okay.
I think he's like 27 and he sounds like he's 55 and smoked for 40 years.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw the owner of Forever Changes on Soul Joel's podcast. It seems like a pretty cool dude. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I'll buy like when I bought the Frank Zappa Hot Rats. It's just like an album that our buddy Chris Dippolito recommended to me years ago, and I listened to it and I was like, damn, it's a pretty good album. And I was like looking through, saw it, and I was like, oh, that'd be fun to just like have on vinyl. And so I go up to front to buy it, and he's oh, it was Hot Rats, and he was like, in this pressing, they did a really good job. And he's like, starts like going in on it. I was like, I mean, I like the songs on it. Like I'm just out of my depth when it comes to real record guys.
See, I like that when a person can just like a guy like him or like Jason, like, all right, tell me all of your opinions on it because like I really don't got anything. I just like that you really like or really know all this stuff on this stuff. Like I can't really go back and forth with you. Just tell me cool shit about it.
When somebody's an expert on anything, I gotta enjoy talking to them. Like my aunt and uncle had their cabinets redone in their kitchen, and the guy that did them was busy, and it was like kind of pandemic-y a couple years ago. So he's like, "Oh, just zoom me in, like walk through your kitchen, let me look at the cabinets you have." And like through Zoom, he was like, oh, we got those cabinets with like that semi-matte finish. Probably like you guys did it in the late '90s when they were redone. Just like nailed everything they did on like through a phone Zoom like walkthrough of their kitchen. It was like fuck, that's the guy you want redoing your cabinets.
Guy knows his shit.
Yeah,
That's cool. Um. There it is. So going from that, since you were late, I was like, I might as well write some ideas down.
Damn.
So I was like, first thing was we went to a impromptu Soul Joel's, just like a bunch of comedians. Like I hadn't heard of any of them, and we go up there, and he's like, hey dude, like he pulled, because pretty good friends with him, and he's like bullshitting with me, and he's like, I accidentally booked like 2 headliners, so it's gonna be awesome for you guys. So I was like, all right, is it gonna be awesome for you? But
I guess I gotta go spend some money at the bar.
But it was really good. I mean,
Was in that the little room again?
Yes, the little room, and it's perfect because like it was packed. Next time I go, I do have to just get the end seat or like move them out a little bit, a little too close. Like the chick next to me kept hitting me. She's like apologizing, like it's fine. I'm not small. It's definitely not your fault. But it was funny. The main like the headliner was Brennan Saglow, which I hadn't heard of him, but he was pretty funny. He's kind of like
he's on Skanks a bunch.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. He's like a straight Tim Dillon kind of. Like that's who he reminded me of.
Okay.
Straight. No, I think he's straight. I'm pretty sure he's talking about chicks, man. And then they had this. I have to find his name. They had a dude from I think that was based out of Philly, Connor King, and he was really funny. He was a funny version of Matt Rife. Like he had good jokes. And I said that online, and it got a couple laughs.
Damn, might as well open up at Soul Joel's next time you're there.
No. Oh fuck. Whatever. I'll next time we talk, I'll bring it up. It'll take too long to find.
All right.
Is this fucking tall, giant, like 6'8" Asian dude. Looks like he's like fresh out of the meat market. Like comes up, he's like got this like t-shirt on. You're like, what the fuck? He's like almost hitting the ceiling. He's so fucking tall.
Damn.
And everybody's just like, oh, all right, because I mean, it's like 98% white people. Like, all right, and then he starts talking, and everybody starts buying in, and fucking really funny. Like turned out like I think I said something like turned out to be really funny, unexpectedly, in a good way, like the best way possible, not like a dig at him or anything. Like just really funny. Another dude.
I think it's a testament to Soul Joel that he's taken this weird ballroom like bar. I don't even know
everything.
like banquet event hall, and made it into a comedy club that you hear comedians from New York and like, oh, have you tried this place? Like, it's a legit, spot.
It's cool shit whenever you see like just because like now like anything he does, you're rooting for him. So anytime he posts like on all the other podcasts that we listen to, somebody shouting him out like a fucking who's
Joe List
hey,
and Mark
dude,
Norman.
Hey dude, fucking
Bobby Kelly.
Yeah, Bobby Kelly. You hear any of those guys talking about, you're like, oh fuck, that's our guy, like yes.
The guy they're talking about knows my name.
Yeah. Shit. We're one step away, dude. One step away. Although I did text him for his birthday. I was like, happy birthday. You could probably go get some free dances at Just Enough. No response on that one. I don't know if I overused the number. But I mean, like, they're doing everything there. I mean, doing country line dancing, comedy.
They got proms this weekend, yeah.
Fucking now on the weekends, they're in the summer. They're going to be doing a produce market thing. Everything, just anything
awesome.
to bring people up there. And Pottstown really is on the up. Like I think they're going to try to. They're just going up from Conshohocken.
You heard it here first. They're gonna Pottstown's getting gentrified next.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's got a lot of. It's probably the only place you can move besides the heart of Norristown, which is fucking shithole.
Which it's wild that like, for what Pottstown has been for a long time, that What's the fuck? What's the big charter school up there?
Hit the Hill. I
Yeah, the
think.
Hill School,
Yeah.
which I should know. My cousin went there.
All
That
right.
is like
Is he bad or that's a good school to go to?
no, that's like Donald Trump's kids go there. Like
Oh
I
shit.
think
Is it a
like
scam?
no,
Oh,
it's
all right, it's
like
real.
it's like a super nice school that costs a lot of money to go to.
Wow.
That a lot of like politicians and just like
Prepare your
super
kids to
rich
rule the
people.
world of poors.
Yeah, basically, like if you want to like get into whatever college you want, if you can get into that place,
No shit.
they like set you up. Yeah.
I mean, you like when I'm sitting tomorrow around noon when I'm sitting with the old timers, like 270-year-olds, they'll be talking about how like Pottstown used to be like popping. I mean, it had like I don't know. I guess the big things back in the day were like tire manufacturers, or I think Goodyear had a
Yeah,
factory around here.
It had a main street, so
Yeah.
you know all the horse and buggies that they were riding around in had somewhere to run.
Not, I don't think it was that far ago, but 50 years ago, like it was actually really nice, and you could still kind of see it when you go down the main street, and especially now that they're fixing up around the train station, like R.J. Radigan's brewery. You've got the Rivet up there. You got a bunch of stores up there that are moving in, and if they can bring more jobs, like I mean, all the way up, Ridge Pike, Germantown Pike, they're just building at least $500,000 townhomes.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's affording those, but
I just wild. It's like you get this downtown Pottstown, which is kind of it's not Norristown, but it's not,
yeah, you
not
got your methadone
Norristown.
clinic on the corner,
Yes.
2 blocks in,
and
but
that's like
whatever.
northern Pottstown, and then you get to southern Pottstown, and you might as well be in the middle of fucking Montana or some shit. It's just
Yeah.
nothing.
Also, there's like going up there and everything. Like, you can go around. Like there's fucking like like baller cribs up there, like from the old days, but updated. And there's just on the outskirts, like right. So you've got the main street, and then you got the city, I guess you could call it. And then on the outskirts of that, just like really really nice homes. Pretty nice area if you want to live that far up there.
Yeah, I guess that's all. Do you want to be an hour away from everything you're gonna do?
Yeah. But I mean, if you bring everything to you, if they can just, I think there was in talks to bring some kind of dome / like amphitheater thing up there, like stadium. So I mean, if they could get approved for that, that would be clutch for them.
Yeah, I don't know. They can't keep any stores in the mall. So.
Yeah, true that. I think it's going back to main streets though, kind of, instead of malls. But I mean, they got the Philadelphia outlets up there, which isn't near Philly, but you've got King of Prussia Mall, and then you got the Philadelphia outlets. I don't know what they're looking like these days, but it's a pretty cool outdoor thing with discount outlet stores like Nike and shit.
It's outlets. It's whatever.
But look at the like Phoenixville. Phoenixville used to be like kind of shitty, and now it's just like they're turning into a mini Westchester.
Yeah, it's a nice like on what they do that first Friday of the month they shut down Bridge Street, and it's like it's just a big party down there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. What the hell did I just go over there for us?
I don't know, is that where you got the wood to make your new garden box?
Nah, it's just Home Depot. So I was telling Kev, like I'm like, we get pallets at work. I'm like, I've watched enough YouTube videos on how to make cool shit out of pallets, right? It's pine. You got to look for the untreated, like heat treated HT on there, so it doesn't have any chemicals in it, and then all you got to do is tear it apart and put it back together in the shape you want it. And then I bought a flamethrower thing attachment that goes to your propane tank. You burn it a little bit.
Those things are fun as hell.
It's pretty fucking cool. And I started a fire with it that night. I was like, all right, this thing's awesome. Found a little trick on how to find out how much propane you have in your tank. Run hot water over it, and where it gets cold is where the level is. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, it's cold than hot water.
Yeah.
And, so I say all that to say I went to fucking Home Depot and bought for $100 worth of wood to build my.
He abandoned the pallet plan immediately.
Well, I thought I had enough. I had like 6, maybe 7 different pallets, and like some of them were already put together where it was solid, the other ones, I just had to take some from other ones and put them on the other one, and boom, it's solid. And it just doesn't work that way. You got to tear them all apart, and then where it was nailed at, you can't use because it's it's a pine. It's not it's not cedar or anything. So yeah, abandoned that and just went and bought some wood for it. But I did use the end caps. I did have some solid pieces that I did use. So technically, it is a pallet raised bed garden.
It's part pallet.
But it's pretty cool. Obviously, if anybody looked at it that knows anything about building shit, they're like, this guy fucking sucks. But it holds dirt and it'll grow plants and flowers. Like
It's
veggies.
not a pretty garden box.
If I could have got it to the way I wanted it and burnt it all the way around, it would look cool. But then I had to cover it up with wood to shore it up. And then it's got fucking like ends on it sticking out and everything. I'll go through with the saw and
it
fucking
works.
straighten it up. But went up to so normally I just go to Home Depot, like they've got $3.50 veggies and whatnot. I was like, all right, let me see if I can do this locally and a little bit cheaper. So as you go from a populated area, it's like $3 a plant to a little bit further out, it's like $2. Then like you can go up to Pottstown, you can get like all of your for $1 a plant. But I went up to Miller's nursery or garden supply or whatever, and like went in there, just started grabbing a whole tray of shit, and it's like get up to the thing, I'm like, I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but it was like 30 plants for $37 or something like that.
There you go.
Mix of flowers and veggies. And the cool thing about it is they just put like there's a they put them all together, so there's like in the one thing you're buying, there's multiple plants, so you can separate them, so it's like the counting as one. So it was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. So it'll be cool. And so far, I planted them. When did I plant those? Like 2 days ago. They're all still alive. So we're on a run.
That's yeah.
And it was cold.
That's
last
good
night.
numbers. Yeah, it got chilly yesterday for sure.
I thought like after that little heat wave we have, I'm like, we're fucking good, dude. I don't know.
I know. I was glad it got cold because I've been refusing to turn the AC on at the house.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Right.
It was like we went to bed the other night. It was like 76 in the house. I was like, this is hot, but
I can't.
I'm not doing it,
dude. I can't.
Dude, window open, ceiling fan on, and then like a standing like pole fan right in front of the window blowing directly on me. I was like, I'm not putting the air on yet.
I had to do 5 years with the in-laws in the basement. Now, basement not bad.
Basement's
it always
all right.
Stays like pretty good. Summertime, it's fucking hot. You know what I mean? Like it's got that nice little basement temp, but still, 5 years without like being nice and cold the way I like it. Never again.
Oh, see, I like growing up. Did you have?
No, not until fucking like I was old enough to buy my own AC.
Yeah. So like Brittany, I think growing up always had
Privileged,
central air. Yeah. So she's like, oh, we'll just put the. I was like, fuck no. Like, I was like, you get used to sleeping hot. Like it happens.
I get it, but never again if I can help it.
No, I'm just being cheap.
Yeah. I went out at fucking 2 a.m. last night. I thought there's supposed to be
You went out at 2 a.m.?
well, like outside my door, my
you
front
looking
door.
for a meteor shower or some shit?
No, that was like a week ago. But they said like you were able to see the aurora borealis, kind of some shit like that, because there's solar flares or something.
Oh.
I don't think they're good, but you couldn't see shit. It's fucking so cloudy out.
Nah.
Yeah. But some people like that is one. So there's not many good things besides like making fun of people in your local vicinity on these like Lower Providence pages, but like there are some cool people in the area that like post pictures that are cool. Like, hey, here's the moon on whatever fucking full moon shit, or here's some pictures of aurora borealis in fucking Pennsylvania. You're like, oh, all right, this is pretty cool. You just got to filter through all of the. There's a dead cat on Ridge Pike, and we really feel bad. We're praying for the owners. Like, what the fuck?
Dude,
Who gave Grandma the fucking account?
You gotta like. You don't have a Ring doorbell or anything
No,
like something like that.
I should probably just have like a camera, but
I mean the Rings are alright. Like we got one and whatever it was like $100 for the thing, and then you got to pay like $20 a month for like the service.
Government paying the government to surveil you. Cool.
Yeah, whatever. But it's almost worth it for like this. On the app, there's like a community section, and it's people post shit. It's some of the funniest shit ever. Like the one dude, like, and it's like it only pops up with notifications for like if it's close to like where you have your like GPS set. So, dude, the one time was like, anybody else see this wolf that was like, oh, it was like, and everyone's like, no way. Like people are like commenting back, like, do you have a picture of it? And they're like, no, I swear it's a wolf. And they're like, well, it's not a fucking wolf then, dude. Like for sure. And somebody said something about a moose that escaped from somewhere they saw. I was like, these people are
Where
just
it goes, like where
they
a
gotta
trail
like
leads.
be fucking high, yeah. Like it just some of this stuff is like, uh, I saw a dog on the road. Someone should check it to see if it's okay.
Yeah. So you've got like about 10 to 20 grandmoms or just like moms that have nothing to do and they're just like, "Oh, that sweet thing praying." Like, what the fuck? Why would you comment that? Like,
You're not doing anything.
or like the saying they saw a wolf thing, and then it's like 10 people like, "Oh, well, actually, wolves aren't around here," and then you'll have the person like, "Well, one did escape from the zoo one time." Like,
It's like, nope,
you're
I'm
all
sure
idiots.
it was a wolf. It was for sure a wolf. You just
Um, yeah, man, just people are brutal, and you just got to remember, like, these are the same people. Like, this is why I want to move away from people, like, because they're the same people that help elect the people that get paid by the corporations to make the laws for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's who you're around. Yes, some people are cool. Like, I'm very lucky. Neighbors on both sides of me are cool. Like, regular, normal people. But you could easily end up next to somebody that has nothing to do, and all day they're concentrating all of their power on what you're doing in your house or on your property, and just fixating on fucking your shit up.
oh yeah, bad neighbors are bad.
Yeah, like
And that's
people
that,
get killed all the time.
and you don't appreciate a good neighbor until you like move and you find someone that's like an asshole.
Now, one of my favorite videos is from like last year, I think. There's a feud going on with neighbors. They're in like, I guess it's like a townhouse area, but like for whatever reason they hate each other. For some reason they're shoveling snow, and they're shoveling the snow like near the guy's property or something.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It's
this.
a husband and wife, and now my man is talking some shit, and his wife's fucking chirping right behind him. Well, this guy had enough, dude. He's like, I'm going to get my gun, and they're still like, fucking go do it, fucking shoot me. What's up? He comes up and shoots them both. And then my favorite line in it is like, okay, look, yeah, I feel bad for the people that died, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure they had families. But repercussions are fucking real, and you never know who the fuck you're dealing with. It kills him, and then she's like laying there, and he's like, and you should have shut your fucking mouth. Man. Truer words have never been spoken, my
That's
man.
like you can find it's. I think it was it was either in Vegas or in Arizona, like a local news story on like the 6 o'clock news.
I say favorite video,
yeah,
kind of just.
No, you like watching people die. This is documented
All
on
right,
this
but
podcast.
I mean, look.
But like on this local news channel, there was somebody got stabbed, and like the lady's talking about like the stabbing that happened in the neighborhood, and apparently the guy like was taunting because the headline on the news was, "What are you gonna do? Stab me?" Quote from man stabbed. Like,
Yeah, I mean, or for instance, like that fucking, when they're burning down the cities, like that fucking kid in whatever town, Michigan or wherever the fuck that was, shot those three
Kyle
people.
Rittenhouse.
Yeah. Like there's videos before showing the
big
first
fan
guy.
of his YouTube too, huh?
I mean, look, the kid was just protecting protecting himself. People were trying to hit him with skateboards. They got it. And it's kind of funny that out of all these protesters, if you just shot 3 of them randomly, 2 of them have been convicted of like like either molesting or like beating their girlfriends or domestic abuse, and the other guy was like other criminal thing and had a gun and didn't have like a permit for it or anything, so he's just illegally carrying a gun. So yeah, that's crazy. It wasn't like he got like, oh, the person that goes to church on Sunday and has no criminal record. Not that means much, but just saying. But anyway, the first guy that he protected himself from was like on like video earlier, like, if you could fucking kill me, you could fucking kill me. I dare you. Like, well, careful what you wish for, my man. That's why I'm always asking for threesome with 2 hot chicks of Latino or Asian descent.
Do you throw that specification in there when you ask?
Yeah, pretty much. Just in case, because you never know. I mean, it could be the devil's threesome. You don't want that, you know?
Good for you for asking.
Just putting it out there in the ether, dude. Be careful what you put out there.
No. Oh, so you're just saying it out. You're not asking your
no,
wife.
no. Well, yeah, I mean, I've gotten a few fights over that. I've stopped asking her personally, but I do put it out there. In the
So
ether.
you're just asking other women.
Now, if I was to make a wish board or whatever they fucking call those things, it'd be on there. What are those called? Affirmation
like
board
a dream
or something?
board
Dream
or something?
Yeah, that would be on there. Maybe twice. That was good.
What are you going to do when you win the lottery? 2 chicks at the same time.
Yep. It's like that like news interview. He's like, just cocaine and whores. Like, okay, end cut. That guy was awesome. He should have won. Yeah. So, where did we go with that? I don't know how we got there, dude.
Yeah, we're just rambling. I was just letting you go.
Yeah, that was good.
What else?
Well, hold on. Since
you prepared some things.
These fucking look. We've
Wait.
talked about it before. I'm not going to go too hard.
What are we talking about? The threesomes or the guys, getting shot?
All right. Now, so we're just regular guys, right? We have regular jobs. We have our family. Like, we're just doing regular stuff. Nothing crazy. Like, we're not rich. We're not poor. Middle class. I'm a little bit lower middle class. But
no, just in your the way you think and act.
Yeah. Well, white trash would be that, but just regular guys trying to make it in the world. And so I've come around on yard signs. I've got 1 yard sign I'll post in my yard ever will be for Soul Joels. That's it. Other than that, we think they're completely stupid, right?
I'm not a fan.
Protests. I can't think of a thing that I would go protest, right? Like, would you go protest anything?
I mean, it all depends.
Have you protested anything in your life?
No, I mean, I'm sure I've protested dinner when I was a child.
Yeah, I'm talking about publicly.
I'm not eating meatloaf, Mom.
Let's change what laws these politicians are going to try to put on us. Like, look, it is what it is. Like, we can we vote, right? I vote. Try to pick the right person. They're all corrupt. It just is what it is.
You gotta do the research, which is hard.
Yeah, it's fucking hard. But I couldn't imagine getting together with my kid and my wife, getting some markers and a sign and drawing some stupid fucking hashtag thing on there, and then getting in the car. If it's on the weekend, you're probably not calling off work to go protest. You get on the weekend, all right, guys, pack the water up. We're going to need water because we're going to need to hydrate because we're going to be out there on the street. And you're holding a sign and you're with a bunch of other people. Now, you do all believe in this one cause, but I bet you're all fractured on other causes. So you could be standing there, for this cause with fucking Joe Blow who, is totally against something you're really, really for. So it's just a weird dynamic of protests where I couldn't imagine myself being there because it's fucking stupid.
There's a lot of other things I'd rather do with my free time.
And also that, I'd hate to, fucking stupid to say, but to clean your room from fucking Jordan Peterson. Don't go out and try to change the world unless your shit's fucking on point. Your house is clean, your fucking family's good, your job's good.
That's it's somewhere in the Bible. Jesus saying is if we both have a splinter in our eye, don't try to help someone take the splinter out of their eye before you get the one out of yours first.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I might be paraphrasing the Bible right there.
Cool. Yeah.
But it's take care of yourself first before you're gonna worry about somebody else.
Yeah, it's your extended family good. Are you solid? Are you mentally sane? You know what I mean? Small things like that should come first.
Are you mentally sane is a pretty big thing.
Well, it depends because if you fucking... And here's the thing. So I hardly watch TV. It's clips. I'm watching clips of things. And and the news is still getting into my life. And I'm just, it's just things like, oh, this is what people are talking about, like right now with like
So do you watch the news the way you watch movies, where like you
just
give it
clips.
yeah, you give it 5 minutes and go, I got the gist of that.
5 minutes. What am I watching, a movie?
Geez,
Christ.
sorry.
A minute. No, you just see what's popular. And you see what they're trying, what is being propagated to the masses, and you see like this can't possibly be something people are interested, because like I'm sitting here with you, I could sit with anybody I know. In general, these are not the things that we're worried about. Like they don't impact our lives, and nobody I know is going to a protest. So you look at the news and you're watching this stuff with like Israel and Palestine, and you're seeing it, and you're just like, why is this everywhere? Like, I don't remember any of the other wars where they were bombing people into the Stone Age, where they were just like, oh yeah, we've got to take over buildings, and trying to recreate what happened with the protests when they were burning cities down. Like, it's fucking weird.
I just so last Saturday you hit me up. You're like, oh, I'm doing some yard work building this garden box, but if you want to come over and do a podcast, like, come on over. And I just totally ignored you.
Yep. And fair enough.
But I was out playing disc golf with my cousin. We were over in Jersey, and we got lunch, and him and his wife were headed to the weed dispensary because it's legal over in Jersey. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go check out the record store in like whatever, like Hamilton or whatever town we were nearby. And on the corner near the, like, down the block from the record store, there was like Palestinian protesters. I guess they had Palestinian flags and
How many of them do you think were Palestinian?
I don't know. Yeah, like,
None.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're I guess pro-Palestinian protesters.
Pro.
I was like, oh, okay. Like, you guys are out here on a Saturday. That's good for you. And I just walk into the record store, and I'm browsing, and a guy comes in, and I guess he's like a regular at that store, or he's buddies with the guy that was running it, because he comes in and it's just immediately like, you believe these people out here, like, blah 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 blah, and then he's like kind of saying it. There's like me and like one or two other people in the store, like almost trying to like elicit a conversation. I was like, fuck no, dude. Like, I'm here looking for some sort of like Beatles or Led Zeppelin thing.
Exactly.
And then I'm
that
out
stuff
of here. Like,
does not involve your life. Like, you're like, yeah, I mean, looking at records, dude. This is a record store. I'm not here for the fucking whatever's going on in the world right now that they're trying to jam down your throat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, it really disturbs me the most that, like, I have besides being a human and not wanting kids to die, like, I think, like, again, when we were all talking about, like, we don't want homeless, like, we all start at, yes, we don't want homeless people, we don't want kids to die, like, but then you
really don't want homeless people in your backyard.
Yeah, for sure. And you go around the world and you're like, okay, I mean, like I said, focus on what's around you, and then you can go out, and there's further rings where you have less and less and less influence. But there's wars, and when war happens, people die, and it's just to sit there and focus on, like, we all agree, but there's bigger powers at hand here. And to be honest with you, in this conflict, just like in the Ukraine and Russian conflict, I don't give a fuck about either side. You can all take your land, you can keep your land, whatever, you fight for your land, that's your thing. Cool. Whatever. In this one, it's like, they both hate me. Like, I don't have any affiliations, but both of them are religious zealots that are wanting the same property.
You didn't pick a side, so you're the enemy.
And I get that, but so are the people protesting. Like, unless you're one of those people, either the chosen ones or somehow a Palestinian or a Muslim, then you shouldn't give a fuck about these people. Besides, like, saying, like, yeah, I don't think children should be killed. Like, that's simple. How can we stop that? Well, you got to stop war. Well, it doesn't seem like they want to stop. Like, it seems like that's the only constant in that area.
Way to pull it out. I like.
Yep.
You're getting real close to me calling you Kanye West right there.
Nope.
And
no, but either side, like, I don't think you can find it anymore. The Thoreau, he did a great documentary, and like, those people like on both sides over there, despise anybody that's not them. And in their quest for their religion to be true, like they're Armageddon cults. The way everything's going to be awesome for them is if everybody, like, the planet is destroyed and they are the chosen people. Like, I don't believe in that nonsense, and I don't think you should ally yourself with death cults that are only interested in Armageddon. It's weird to me when you put it that way. Now, obviously, there's all kinds of nuances, and in America, that's why America's great, because we've kind of neutered our religious zealots. Like,
Is it great, or do they need to do something to get it back to great? They have to make it.
I don't know, dude. Like, that's out of my purview. I think all politicians are evil, greedy cocksuckers. But
And again, now I'm stopping you here
go ahead.
because we're on a path, and you're getting dangerously close
All right,
to
my
talking
point
about
of the
owning
story
chickens
is-
in a farm. And I'm like, until you own any of that stuff, I said we're not talking
All
about
right,
it.
my point of the story is I think most of it's fake, and I think it's, you know, all right. We'll just leave it there. I think it's all bullshit because I don't know anybody that's involved in any of this shit, and it's fucking stupid.
You're right. You don't live right there where it's all happening, so you're not involved at all.
Well, not only just over there, I'm just talking about in general of like over here in America. Like, I don't know any people. Like, if you were coming in here and you're like, yeah, man, like with a Palestinian flag or a Israel flag, like unless you were one of those, I would be like, oh yeah, you're a fucking idiot. You don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't need to have that stuff on me for you to call me a fucking idiot.
Fair enough. And that's where we'll leave it. We'll jump to a different subject. But, man, I need a co-host that fucking likes this talking about bullshit. All right, what else we got? Oh, I watched Jimmy Kimmel.
Damn, so now you're trying to get rid of me, too. Fuck you.
Jimmy Kimmel with Bert was just on there after the roast.
Okay. Did you watch the Tom Brady roast? I didn't watch it.
Only clips of it. I'm going to watch it because everybody's talking about it. It seems pretty funny. The clips I've seen are really funny. Looks like they killed it, as usual. But Bert was on Jimmy Kimmel, and you're just like, it was like a glimmer of hope. Like, Jimmy Kimmel is a giant pussy. Like, he's definitely working for the machine. Fuck that guy. But also, I have like fond memories of the Man Show and like girls bouncing on trampolines. Like, funny little skits he did. Like,
yeah, dude, but if you gotta, neuter
before he got compromised.
if you gotta neuter yourself to,
make tons of money
to make that money to be on TV 4 nights a week, are you not gonna do that?
And I get it, that's the choice, and I mean, of course, like we would all probably choose that, to give up like our sensibilities and dignity for that, because he's probably living an awesome life.
How many opinions do you hold that dear that you wouldn't take money for? Probably not that many. Probably
Yeah,
not the same for him either.
You would like to say, and then it's just like, then it happens, and then like, well, then I could just buy my, dignity back. Like, and I guess that never works, but whatever. Point being, he did a good interview with Bert, because Bert's awesome. A lot of hate on, like, people that, like, I've seen somebody say, like, Rogan's, like, holding up all, like, bringing these shitty comics and forcing them down everywhere, like, Tom Score's funny as shit.
Fucking Cat Williams?
I just think like pussy, like people that
I
aren't
know
popular.
that's who said
Is it? Okay, so
I'm
like,
pretty sure that he was like,
I'm on the forums
Yeah.
of like against Brendan Schaub. I'm one of the cats, but I don't comment there because like, look, I mean, whatever. The dude can do whatever he wants, but I do just sit in there peruse how much these people concentrate their lives on hating Brendan Schaub, but like the same person hates all of these guys for becoming popular. Like, definitely their first comedy specials were fucking hilarious. Like, you'd never seen anything like it before. It was fucking funny. Like, Bert, when he's talking about Helen Keller and the Machine story and all that, watching him rise through the ranks. Like, Tony Hinchcliffe, fucking hilarious. Like, all these comedians that are now popular are hilarious, and they deserve to be there. But I saw him on there, and I was just like, man, this was actually kind of a good interview. Like, wish you weren't compromised and such a pussy, like, crying every other show where you don't have somebody cool on there. Jimmy Kimmel. That was that. That was the transition.
Okay.
Dude. Not an actual transition, Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Fucking weirdo. Another guy that was popular talking about the Diddy stuff was Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh,
You like his movies, right?
Yeah, he weighed in on did he? I didn't hear that.
No, he's like being accused of like being one of the
Oh,
dudes
he's
that
in
like.
line with. He was on Diddy's side.
Well, he's just like somebody. I think one of the bodyguards or whatever like accused him, like one of these people that are getting famous off of just saying everybody's fucking everybody. Um, he's just. They posted a picture with him like leaning closely to another guy in a recording studio, and like. So it's like, okay, I mean, if you didn't know any better, you're like, oh, he just lump him in with there. But then once you like, he was on, what is it? David Patrick Bet.
Patrick Bet David.
Yeah, what three words together. He has a pretty good podcast, and he's on there, and he's just a super fucking likable dude. Like he tells great stories. The only thing I didn't like, he's like, what's up,
Mr. Cool J?
Oh no, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, not Cool J.
I don't know where I got. I'm thinking because you said studio, and
I
just went like.
Yeah, he was just like.
But no,
he tells the story of being on a yacht, like at like New Year's Eve party, and like he's yacht hopping because he's fucking Cuba Gooding Jr. And he's like on all these different like Drake's yacht and I guess P Diddy's yacht, and like it was just like, hey, come check out this new song, and somebody captured a photo of him touching like it, just the angle and everything. And then they lumped him in, but he's like, I've only met P. Diddy like 3 times. Like, I'm not friends with him. Like, we're cool, but like, I don't know why everybody's like saying this shit. And he says some weird shit about being like a born again Christian. But you hear his story. He talks about his dad and like just being a great actor. And you're like, I believe the guy. I don't know. He's cool. Like,
Cuba.
It was a great fucking
I'm on Cuba's
interview.
side.
Yeah. I would tend to agree.
Which, and you just said he was on Drake's yacht. I haven't listened to any of those diss tracks, like between Drake and Kendrick. I haven't listened at all.
Because just like the protests, who gives a fuck?
I don't know, but everybody says the songs are good. I am enjoying the memes going back and forth of the,
You
the
can
whole,
meme me about anything all day.
The whole, that diss, is, the memes are great.
Do you like Kendrick Lamar?
I don't really like.
Listen, that's not your style.
Listen to like Kendrick's got a couple good songs. Drake's got a couple good songs. Like I have no horse in this,
I think he sounds
race.
like a little whiny bitch, but who the fuck am I? He does good on Mona Lisa.
Swimming pool is a fucking jam.
All right, Mona Lisa with Lil Wayne, that was fucking good. But he does like whiny little like whatever. Point being, like who gives a fuck about that? But yeah, the memes are definitely clutch. Like tell me the story in a picture with maybe some font, words in there. And you really, when you hear these people tell stories, like actors and musicians, when it's like they're telling stories, some of them are just great storytellers, and they can really, when he was talking about changing into all of his characters he's been, it is fucking crazy when you think about it. Like they really do pretend so hard that they make everybody believe that they are that person when really they're not. Like they're them, but then they've got all of these other people inside them, so they're fucking kind of like multiple personality people, and you're like,
oh yeah,
man, you can.
Actors are crazy. Like
they
want attention so bad that they're willing to be other people.
But then you start thinking about it, and you're like, man, I fucking as popular and awesome lives these people live. You kind of start like, man, I fucking feel bad for you because like he's just talking about like when he's alone is the worst, and it's just like, and how they all go down dark paths because like their life is awesome, but they're so emotionally and like mentally
and that's like
short on.
I think that's a lot of just this new age like era of actors and stuff because everybody is so accessible with social media. Like the last of like the Mohicans on this is Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, do you know anything about Leonardo DiCaprio outside?
He's got a new hot 19-year-old girlfriend that I saw him on the beach with.
But besides that, like
he's got 6 years with this broad.
Nobody knows anything about DiCaprio like outside of his professional life. He's like
private,
like the last of that era of famous
like Daniel
people.
Day-Lewis, like he just went to become a shoemaker. Like cool.
It's just like these like. Anybody that's getting popular now is like, oh, you got to do it with social media. So you have to be on all the time. Like you have to either be the person you're projecting or be the person that you're playing in a movie. Like you need to, it's like there is no relief to come back and be like, okay, I am.
Yeah, here's me.
Yeah, like I am Kevin,
Yeah.
and like I can go home and be this person. Like
Yeah.
I think nowadays people are like, well, I'm Hannah Montana, and I got to be Hannah Montana when I go home, because if somebody catches me and like puts it on Snapchat, then.
Or have you been seeing, so talk about memes and like short little clips of that JoJo whatever, like have you seen that
JoJo
chick?
Siwa, yeah.
Like now there's a trend of like people putting on the makeup and doing her awkward like thing, like
Yeah.
oh, I should do a podcast. Who should I have on? An ex-boyfriend. Like, dude, that is so funny.
Yeah, you'd love to have an ex-boyfriend on here, huh?
No, dude, don't have any ex-boyfriends current. But no, it's like that's funny shit. But I was more talking about like the deep like sadness of these people's lives, of why they go into drug and alcohol and whoring, and like they're just so empty. And then like you're like, dude, like you're awesome. Why, man? Ain't that a bitch? Like that really is the
acting,
the way of the world of like. You could be so full you could be filled up to the brim with this, but then like you're depleted on that, and it's just like, life really does fucking balance things out, dude. It might not be great for some people, but man, it balances things out.
Well, I was just listening to somebody say it, and I can't remember the comedian's joke who it was, but they were talking about, when God is creating people, like all these, like if you have 100 points worth of things to put it in, it's like, who's the old director that like banged his daughter?
He fled the country.
Yeah.
Mia Farrow, or Farrow.
No, either way, it's like, well, when God ate him, it's like, all right, give him 100 points in making movies and like
Is it
filmmaking.
A Steen or a Berg?
No.
All right.
It's like, give him 100 points of making movies and producing and filmmaking. And it's like, well, yeah. He's like, and Woody Allen. He's like, and well, what about like this slot over here for not fucking your family? And he's like, we'll be all right. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, man, dude. Anytime you compare real life to building your stats in a video game, I can relate. Heavy on fucking Berserker. All right. I mean, I think that was a good one, right?
Yeah, you're running through some stuff.
All right, man. This was another episode of the Express Lane Podcast with
Kev and Stan.
Thanks for listening. Peace.
Peace.